I finally got to get the complete PlayStation exclusive experience these past few weeks.
Good.
Because I recently, as we all know, I joined the PS4 side because Xbox has no games except Forza.
Correct.
I played God of War. And Detroit Become Human.
Let you play God of War and Detroit. Right.
So I got a real hearty dose of PS4 exclusives. And actually
what it means to be a PlayStation game.
And those also followed up We Happy Few. So I was also extra thrilled to be playing a good game. I'm sorry. But I do have a few bones to pick now, because there are some interesting things I have to say about everything that you may find interesting. Let's start with Detroit Become Human.
Okay.
I think it's David Cage's best game.
Okay.
Bar none. He did it right. It's still full of some really dumb stuff in it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's there. It's like, it's... How do I put it? It's like the script is so... It's basic, is what I want to say. Like, there's no... He's not being creative. Like, when the androids are, you know, freeing themselves, and they're like, end slavery! And that's like, okay, we're already here?
This escalated fast?
Yes, that's what I mean. It's just stuff like that. It's like, that did escalate really fast once it got going.
I do agree there was a little bit of lack of depth
Yeah,
the development of this.
The whole robot uprising went from 0 to 100. It was just like, we're out in hiding to we need to fight all the humans. But still my favorite. Because I was engaged enough to play it twice. I got the worst ending because I accidentally killed someone. Because I misread what one of the buttons meant when it said something and got someone killed. And I got like the you ruined everything ending. Then I played through it again and I got the best ever, literally everyone is happy ending after playing it a second time. And it was one of those things where I just decided to be ballsy about everything. Because there are so many situations in the game where you have to like choose something tough, like, oh, someone got hurt, you gotta get them. No, we gotta leave them behind. But if you just do the ballsy action and be like, no, I'm not gonna leave them behind. No, I'm not gonna let this happen. Like, the game just shows off, oh, it was kind of lying about some of the danger here. So that's what I discovered on my second playthrough. I started at the final third of the game I started over at. Basically, when the protest starts, I got there. And I saw these changes. I'm like, well, David Cage needs to do something next. Because the action scenes in Detroit, like especially did you fight the guards in the elevator towards the ending of the game? Not going to say what happens in there, but you're in an elevator with Connor. Or did that not happen? Okay. There's
like
a kick-ass
guards in the elevator. That didn't happen at all.
There's a kick-ass action scene where Connor beats up the two guards, and it's like a James Bond, John Wick kind of action sequence. It's just a really short. You know, he disarms the guy, punches, shoots the other guy, and it's being destroyed by the QTE prompts because the scene looks so good, but you're distracted by those button prompts.
But I mean, how else would you be able to accomplish that scene is the problem.
Just don't make us do it. I think David Cage should add even less gameplay. Just have your character only make decisions and let the rest of it play out. I'm talking even less interaction than Telltale games, because I'm playing Telltale games and they too need to take the gameplay out. Because all I do is walk around a little bit.
What you're saying is David Cage should just make movies.
Make your own choose your adventure movies.
He should make choose your own
in-game.
He should make choose your adventure movies where like you go to the movie theater and his movie takes up like 5 cinemas. And it gets to certain like every 15 minutes it gets to a point where it's like, all right, now pick which movie theater you want to go to decide how the rest of this plays out. You go to a different cinema room, like you start off in 11, and then it's like, all right, from this point, pick either 12 or 13. And you're like, what? Yeah, everyone get up and pick a different movie theater.
Oh my god. Did you... Did you know that someone did this? That a movie actually did pull that kind of stunt.
No way.
Yes, the movie Clue, based on the board game.
Oh my god.
Had, I believe, I'll check the facts later, hashtag only the facts, but 3 endings, and different people got different endings depending on what theater they went to.
That is incredible.
And only when you got like the game. Only when you get the video on home video, DVD, VHS, does it include all the endings, which it just says, this was one ending, but what if it happened this way? And then it'll go back and have them do it again. But the original theater, no, you just got one ending, it was different. It's like, what? People are like, what? You got that?
What movie did you watch?
Really, that was like free internet stuff, so they really bamboozled everyone. Man. I gotta move on to the next game.
That was good.
God of War. Or as I should call it, God, I hate these control schemes.
Why?
Because I'm so used to a different control scheme that I have something bound to muscle memory that I just couldn't commit. Like first it was all the attacks were on the shoulder buttons. And I wasn't digging that.
Yeah, at first I hated that too. But then as the game progressed, I was like, wait a second. This makes perfect sense. It's way easier for me to attack and move the camera at the same time, which is one of my qualms with the new Spider-Man game. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. God of War, I did eventually pick, like, all the control schemes weren't comfortable for me. And I spent 3 hours, several moments of time, having to jump back and forth between different control schemes because I just couldn't settle with any of them. I eventually went with Classic, which is where you have the attack on the face buttons, and dodge is still circle. But there were so many other times in the game where I wanted to press R1 to dodge, because it's like that in all Platinum games. I'm thinking, as I'm playing this game, this is going to make me considerably worse at any Platinum game when I go back to my inevitable Platinum game.
Unless they change their control scheme as well.
It's going to suck. No, I hope they leave that dodge button exactly where it is. Because that's what I'm used to. I was reflexing that button so often and getting nothing because it eventually became the recall axe button instead. And when you had to throw the axe, you had to hold down a button but then press one of the face buttons. So yes, I had the problem you were talking. I couldn't aim in combat because I would have to take my thumb off of the stick to go and press square to throw the axe at someone. That really hampered my experience, but I just didn't like any of the controls. So basically what I'm saying after all this is I played Detroit, it was a great game. God of War, I was glad I got to experience all that story. I was a bit hype killed in like the first half of the game. I was just like, I don't see what everyone saw in this story, but it got there. It got there and then I liked it.
It takes a little while.
It does. It's really
and you finished it before I finished it.
It was a slow burn, but like even though, and this is important, I never played any other God of War game. This was my first one. I still know and knew what was happening when Kratos decided he was gonna go home to get something. And it's like, I know exactly what he's about to do because it's iconic. And I don't have to, I played the games to know what he's about to do. And I absolutely love that. It was really well crafted. I was super happy I played it. But my favorite PS4 exclusive, which is a non-PS4 exclusive now, was Nier Automata. I thought that was better than both of those games. And that's where everyone's going to have to come at me for again.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, Nier Automata scored really high on most people's scales as well. So
it's just, this is the reason. I just can't stop thinking about Nier Automata. I enjoyed God of War, and I think I'm done with that experience. On Detroit, I look back at it a couple of times and think to myself, maybe I could try 2 other endings if I have time. But Nier Automata, I've been thinking about so much, I'm like, man, I want to play this again now, just because of how good the action was, and how crazy, smart, but depressing the context of the story is, even though it's really, really weird. It just goes places that other games don't. And the closest I can think is it's sort of like the Hideo Kojima school of making games, where you do very interesting things without telling the player about it, and you just got to kind of find that out for yourself. So get on that. You have it, so you got to play it and come back at me. All right, so my new experience. Let's rate this all, and I'm gonna play Spider-Man once you give that to me. I am like really sold on the PS4 experience, but I do have one complaint. Finally, is that they all seem to start boiling down mostly to the same genre, because a lot of them, Uncharted, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, were all games I enjoyed, but they were all like the same over-the-shoulder third-person action game with cinematic elements, and I didn't feel like there was a big difference between playing games like those three. They were all like, especially actually Horizon and God of War, actually felt like they were really similar in a way. Not like completely the same game, obviously they play different, but the way it engages you is that, you know, get more of the shoulder, do some plot things, get into some fights.
But I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, Xbox is going to have to step it up. They got 5 developers on their team now to make their exclusives.
5 solid. Got some good people on.
Well, they also have Compulsion Games, so hopefully their next thing is good. Compulsion Games, having just finished We Happy Few, was one of the purchases.
Yeah, that wasn't a good one.
It was just unfinished and it got forced out the door. That's the only way to describe that one.
I don't know if it was unfinished and forced out the door. I think they just didn't know what they wanted to do from the beginning.
They
wanted to put a lot of it was like, we want to do all the cool stuff from every cool video game we've ever played minus all the bad stuff.
It started as a generic survival game, and then they added a single player campaign element to it. And so many people had this BioShock expectation of that, but it wasn't. But that's not a PS4 exclusive, so we'll see what they do when they make an Xbox exclusive. I'm looking forward to Xbox exclusives to come at PS4. But in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy all the PS4 experiences that are coming up next, now that I can finally experience them.
Welcome.
I'm not going through the back catalog, though. I don't have time. No, I do have time. I'll play Order 1886, even though I know it's not a whole game. In fact, I will play it.
It's a whole 5 hours.
Oh, man. I actually got to cancel this closeout to say another thing. So I have 3 standalone expansion-ish games that I want to play as part of the PS4 experience. So I have the Order 1886 6-hour game. I have Infamous First Light, which is like 4 or 5-hour game. I have Uncharted. I have Uncharted Lost Legacy.
You're gonna play all of the short expansions.
Yeah, and then Left Behind, Last of Us. But I did get to play Last of Us on PS3, which was good. So I get to experience all those games. Those are going to be in my backlog because I can finish them in 1 or 2 sittings.
True. Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to those, and Xbox, get on it. Are you going to lose me forever instead of just for a little bit?
Oh, no.
I'm coming back for Horizon, but you better have more. Comment your favorite exclusive in the comments. Thanks.
Take him to Detroit. No! No, not Detroit! No! No, please! Anything but that! No! No! No!
This way, gentlemen. I'll show you to your rooms.
Hey, this is Chet from Hard Mode Gamers. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Click that like button, thumbs up, click that subscribe button. We appreciate anything you can offer, even if it's just a moment of your time. We have plenty more of this content available to you at our website at hardmodegamers.com or right here on YouTube. Check us out, and thank you.